Black Friday 17. See what I did there? Now, something a little bit off the beaten path isn't a piece of tri-gear, but it's a piece that a lot of triathletes... Morning, Trainiacs. Just ending off a little strength session with some closed chain glute meads, work on the side bum a little bit. But today, it's not about training. Today is about Black Friday. You know it, I know it. We're triathletes. We're gear junkies. Now, before I go and tell you about all of the gear that I've found that has a really good deal, I'm gonna let you know that I created a 50% off deal for any of the coaching plans. And if you aren't getting the emails that we chat with in the email group every single week, you can go to the links below, where the first links below will take you to the coaching plans for Sprint, Olympic, Half Ironman, all beginner courses, and they're listed at half off. Or if you get there and there's no discount applied already, should be either $44.50 or $49.50, you can use the coupon code BLACKTRIDAY17. See what I did there? I know. So the first and one of the most banging websites that's offering good Black Friday discounts is swimoutlet.com. And in their swim gear section, they have all these pool toys that I recommend that you use throughout the course of learning how to swim, getting better at swimming, improving certain aspects of your swim. And they have a Black Friday sale going on where it's up to 75% off of gear and Speedos. It's impossible to have too many Speedos. Fact. All right, now let's get into the gear. I'm gonna start off talking about gear by giving you the disclaimer that I'm not a huge gearhead. I'm not scouring the internet for all the potential deals out there, and I don't try out all the gear, so I'm not gonna recommend a ton of things that I haven't tried. If you want the best resource out there for triathletes with like all the potential options for tech, go to dcrainmaker.com. Buddy of mine, met him in Vegas. He looks at all the deals that are out there. What I'm going to talk about are deals on the piece of gear that I know, use, or trust. The first one is these Powertap P1 power pedals. When I got these 18 months ago, they were as much as $1,500. Now they are $750. They're regular $1,000. They're on sale for 25% off directly from Powertap. My guess is that they're going to come out with a new model of these. They were hinting at that when I was down at Interbike, but these have been nothing but reliable for me. Coming around here, Wahoo all the things. In my experience, there are now a number of smart trainer companies, but what I'm finding is that Wahoo is probably the most tech focused, whereas some of the other companies might have more of a production background because they've been around for 15 or 20 years and tech isn't in their DNA. Wahoo, however, started as a tech company, so the coding, the technology, the sophistication that they put into their stuff, Wahoo has a site-wide sale. Things aren't crazy deals, but anytime you can get a deal on Wahoo stuff, because it is a little bit pricier, it's going to be a good thing. The next, and probably the most smoking deal out there, Triathlon watch. This is the Garmin 920 XT. This isn't the most up-to-date version of the Garmin Triathlon series. That's the 935, the Fenix 5 series. But this is still a really good watch. It has all the triathlon features that you need to have. It's my go-to watch at the moment. And when I bought it, it was $500. It's on sale now for $199. That is a smoking deal. Now, the things that you give up on the 920 XT is that you need a heart rate monitor, a strap, because it doesn't have an optical heart rate sensor on the back of this. And like training load metrics aren't on this, like assessing how ready you are to train, how over or under trained you are for that. You're gonna want a Fenix 5, 5X, 5S, or the Garmin 935 XT. Now there is a sale right at the moment for the Garmin Fenix 5, all Garmin Fenix 5s, the 5, the 5S, the smaller version, the 5X, the largest version, for $100 off of the regular price of $599, and that is through Clever Training. Now, while you're at Clever Training, if the Fenix 5 or other Garmins aren't exactly what you're looking for, Suunto is also an option. And I think Suunto is 30% off everything at Clever Training. And what I would do, if you're not sure which model to get, again, go check out DC Rainmaker. I think that what he likes from Suunto is the Suunto Spartan Sport Wrist HR. Now, something a little bit off the beaten path that you might not think to actually look for is Finisher Picks, the company that does all these glorious pics of races and Ironman events. They are doing a 15% off discount on all races. And for that, all you need is the code BLACK2017. And while we're on the topic of Ironman, Ironman.com itself is holding a sale on race gear. All the gear that has been built up over the course of the year from races that maybe you've raced in, but it was too expensive to get while at the expo. It's always crazy expensive at the expo. You can go back, and if they still have stock in it, a lot of it's on sale. So go check that out. And then finally, the last thing that I want to tell you about isn't a piece of tri-gear, but it's a piece that a lot of triathletes want and I use all the time, and that is the Gopro Hero 5. And you might be saying, hey, Taren, didn't they just come out with a Gopro Hero 6? Why are you recommending the 5? Well, go ahead and do some research on the GoPro Hero 6. It's a nightmare. It's a kitchen fire. So in the meantime, GoPro Hero 5s, because they are an older model, but they're probably the best model that you can get, they are an awesome buy because they're getting blown out. On Amazon, they are $111 off the usual price of $450. So there you go, Trainiacs. Those are some Black Friday deals on the gear that I use that I can recommend if you want, like I say, all the possible tech deals on gear that you can potentially ever want. Go to dcrainmaker.com. He scours through everything. I just want to recommend some of the things that I use because a lot of you ask what I use. They're the things that I can stand by. Now, I gotta get this footage out of the camera and get it out to you pronto because it's Black Friday. It's 9:39 a.m. Go, enjoy, spend.